Yes, good morning to all. Now today we are going to discuss Cauchy's nth root test or nth root test, or simply you can call it as root test also. Cauchy's nth root test or you can call it as nth root test, or simply you say it as root test. All are different names of same test, Cauchy's nth root test, right? It is Cauchy's nth root test or nth root test, or simply you can call it as root test. Let us see statement of it. If sigma un is a series of positive terms such that limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is equal to L, then here three conditions available. Bit number 1 is sigma un is convergent, sigma un is convergent if L less than 1. Second bit, sigma un is divergent if L greater than 1. And third condition is test fails to decide nature of the series if L is equal to 1. This is the statement of your root test. If sigma un is a series of positive terms such that limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is L, then sigma un is convergent whenever this L is less than 1. Sigma un is divergent whenever this L is greater than 1. It is not possible to apply this test whenever L equal to 1. Test fails to decide nature of the series when L equal to 1 means what? Whenever this L value is 1, there it is not possible to use this test. We can't decide nature of the series according to this test whenever L is equal to 1, right? This is the statement of your above condition, right? First of all, I want to prove this result. After that, how can you proceed in the problematic area, I will explain clearly, right? First, come on to the proof. Basically, in the proof, we have to do three conditions. First, second, and third. When L is less than 1, you have to show sigma un is convergent. When L is greater than 1, we have to show sigma un is divergent. Whenever L equal to 1, test fails. These three situations you have to prove, right? But before doing all these things, I want to take this given condition. With that, I will do some work. That means now we are going to do some work which is common for all three cases, right? That work is, in the statement they are giving that sigma un is a series of positive terms. Meaning of that is what? Un greater than 0 for all n belongs to Z plus. This is first condition. And other given condition is what? Limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is what? L. This limit of this un whole to the power of n as n tends to infinity is L. Basically, this un contains all positive terms only. Whenever we can find limit of it, it is either equal to 0 or greater than 0 will get. That means if suppose anywhere you got un whole to the power of 1 by n is something like 1 by n. If you got it, then limit of it is what? 0 or not? Because 1 by, this is positive result now, right? Is it 0 or not? In this type of situations, this L value is 0. In remaining all situations, L should be what? Greater than 0, because your series contains just positive terms only. For that, you proceed here what? L is greater than or equal to 0, right? Here I want to use sequence limit definition. If limit Sn is equal to L, if limit Sn as n tends to infinity is L, according to limited definition in your sequences, what we have ma? This implies for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists m belongs to z plus such that mod un to the power of 1 by n minus L is less than epsilon for all n is greater than or equal to m. Just I proceed definition of limit of the sequence ma, right? In the next step ma, I want to remove modulus ma. I mean this you can write as what ma? Minus epsilon is less than un to the power of 1 by n minus L is less than plus epsilon for all n is greater than or equal to m. After that, let us remove this minus L. For that, add L on both sides. I mean this we can write as L minus epsilon is less than un whole to the power of 1 by n is less than L plus epsilon for all n is greater than or equal to m. Okay na? After that, let us remove this power 1 by n ma. For that, take power n on both sides of this relation ma. I mean this we can write as L minus epsilon whole to the power of n is less than un is less than L plus epsilon whole to the power of n for all n is greater than or equal to m. To reduce this relation ma, I want to take two notations for L minus epsilon and L plus epsilon. I want to take L minus epsilon is k1 and L plus epsilon is k2, where k1, k2 are positive real numbers ma. I mean in the above relation, for my convenience I am taking L minus epsilon is k1 and L plus epsilon is k2, where k1 and k2 both are what ma? Positive real numbers, right? Because epsilon leads to positive real number, so that L minus epsilon should be one positive real number, L plus epsilon is also one positive real number. Those two things we taken as k1 and k2 ma, right? Substitute those two results here ma, then what we get? K1 power n is less than un is less than k2 power n for all n is greater than or equal to m. Let it be this is relation number 1 ma. This is the common work for all these three cases, especially starting two cases ma. Third case is the different one, right? Now I want to go for case number 1, first case ma, bit number 1, or you can write it as case 1, anything you can proceed. What is that case ma? In that case, take L is less than 1 ma. Let us take L is less than 1 and we must prove that series is what ma? Convergent. Let L is less than 1 ma, right? Here I am taking this condition ma. Choose epsilon greater than 0 in such a way that L plus epsilon is less than 1. But how can you proceed this? That is the important one. Basically, what is epsilon ma? Epsilon is a least positive real number. It should be least 1 ma. That means even if you can add epsilon to this L, if there won't be any change here ma in the relation part, then only you say this epsilon is what ma? Least number ma, or least positive real number ma. Understood or not ma? Here epsilon nature is least positive real number ma. Due to that cause only, whenever L is less than 1 ma, you can write L plus epsilon is also less than 1, because epsilon is a least positive real number. Even if you can add that epsilon to L, if there won't be change in the relation ma, then only epsilon becomes what ma? Least positive real number. Due to that cause we written like this ma, right? But what is L plus epsilon notation here ma? K2 na? I mean here what we got ma? K2 is less than 1. I mean before that I want to go through one more relation, after that I'll introduce this ma. Here this is one part ma, and other one ma. We know that is it L plus epsilon is greater than 0 or not? Absolutely possible, because L is greater than or equal to 0 and epsilon is greater than 0, so that L plus epsilon should be what ma? Positive real number. Now if we can combine these two things, what we get ma? 0 is less than L plus epsilon is less than 1. Any problem is there? 0 is less than L plus epsilon is less than 1 ma. Here we can use this K2 ma. This implies 0 is less than, K2 is less than 1, since what is the reason ma? Now here L plus epsilon is what ma? K2. Just that notation we used here. Now keep this result aside ma. Somewhere I want to use in the next stage ma. That's why I'm keeping in box ma, right? Now let us come on to your relation number 1 ma. In that take first second 50% ma. This actually here to here is first 50%, here to here is second 50%. This total relation is possible means any 50% you can take ma. I want to take second 50% ma. From 1 implies what we have ma? Un is less than k2 power n, correct na? For all n is greater than or equal to n. Any problem here ma? Un is greater than k2 power n for all n is greater than or equal to n ma. Here once look ma. Un is less than k2 power n ma, sorry, un is less than k2 power n ma, and k2 lies between 0 and n, where this is in the form of sigma r power n. Sigma r power n is sigma k2 power n ma, where k2 is equal to r, and that k2 is lies between 0 and 1 ma. Just here sigma k2 power n, I want to go through nature of this series ma. For that I taken sigma k2 power n separately, which is in the form of sigma r power n, where r equal to k2, right? Now k2 is lies between which quantity is 0 and 1 ma. By geometric series test, is it sigma k2 power n is convergent or not? I mean here sigma k2 power n is convergent series ma by geometric series test, as well as un is less than k2 power n ma for all n is greater than or equal to m. By comparison test type 1 ma, is it sigma un is also convergent or not? Those lines here I am going to write ma, right? We know that sigma k2 power n is a geometric series with common ratio k2, where 0 less than k2 less than 1 ma. Where 0 less than k2 less than 1 ma. By geometric series test, is it sigma k2 power n is convergent or not? By geometric series test, sigma k2 power n is convergent, right? Here sigma k2 power n is convergent series ma, as well as we have un is less than k2 power n ma. By comparison test type 1 ma, is it sigma un is also convergent or not? I am writing those lines here ma. By comparison test type 1, sigma un is convergent. By comparison test type 1, sigma un is convergent because un less than k2 power n, this is in the form of un less than vn, and sigma vn is convergent ma. Then by comparison test type 1, sigma un is also convergent. Like that we proceed here ma. That completes case 1. Whenever n is less than 1 ma, we proved this series sigma un is convergent. This is about your first bit ma, right? Now go for case number 2 ma. What is that case ma? Whenever L is greater than 1, we must show sigma un is what ma? Divergent. For that, in the next step, I want to take L is greater than 1 ma. But here again choose epsilon greater than 0 ma, in such a way that L minus epsilon is greater than 1. Are you understood meaning of this? Whenever L is greater than 1 ma, if L minus epsilon is also greater than 1, meaning of that is what ma? Epsilon should be least positive real number. Here basic nature of epsilon is what ma? Least positive real number ma. That's why whenever L is greater than 1 ma, L minus epsilon is also greater than 1. Then only we say epsilon is what ma? Least positive real number, right? Due to that we proceed like this ma. But we taken L minus epsilon is what ma? K1. Just go here, this implies K1 is greater than 1. Keep this result aside ma, right? Okay, now let us come on to relation number 1 ma. In this take first 50% ma, and I am writing k1 power n is less than un, I am writing in the reverse order ma. Un is greater than k1 power n, one and the same na. From 1 implies un is greater than k1 power n for all n is greater than or equal to m. Here again see ma, this sigma k1 power n is a geometric series with common ratio k1 where k1 is greater than 1 ma. This is of the form sigma r power n where r is what ma, k1 is means r is what ma, greater than 1 ma. By geometric series test, is it sigma k1 power n is divergent or not? Now here un is greater than k1 power n and sigma k1 power n is divergent ma. Then you say sigma un is also divergent by comparison test type 2 ma, right? That work we are doing in the next step ma. We know that sigma k1 power n is a geometric series with common ratio k1 where k1 greater than 1. By geometric series test, sigma k1 power n is divergent. This is of the form un greater than vn and sigma vn is divergent ma. By comparison test type 2, sigma un is also divergent or not, that I am writing ma. By comparison test type 2, sigma un is also divergent. Yes, this is about your second case ma. Whenever L greater than 1, we prove sigma un is divergent ma, right? Now let us come on to the third case. You have to prove test fails whenever L is equal to 1. For this we have to proceed two examples ma, two series ma. One is I want to take sigma an series ma, and other one let us take sigma bn series ma, right? Limit an whole to the power of 1 by n is L where L equal to 1 will get ma. Limit bn whole to the power of 1 by n is L where L equal to 1 will get ma. But one series is divergent, one series is convergent will get there. Due to that cause, whenever L equal to 1, test fails to decide nature of the series, we can conclude ma, right? That means third case we are going to do according to what ma? According to one example ma, right? Case number 3. What is this case ma? Let us take L is equal to 1 and prove test is not applicable ma, right? Here I want to take two series, I say an and bn ma, right? Especially I want to take an is equal to 1 by n square ma, and let us take bn is equal to 1 by n. Any order you can take. If you want, you can take an is 1 by n and bn is 1 by n square. Any order you can take ma. Now let us proceed. An whole to the power of 1 by n. An whole to the power of 1 by n. It is 1 by n square whole to the power of 1 by n. So 1 by n square to the power of 1 by n. You can write as what ma? N to the power of 2 by n, or you can write it as nth root n square ma. 1 by nth root n square ma. And bn to the power of 1 by n also I want to proceed. It is what ma? 1 by n to the power of 1 by n, nth root n, otherwise n to the power of 1 by n. Any order you can write me, right? Separately I want to find limit of this and limit of this now. This implies once proceed limit an whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity. This is 1 by limit nth root n square as n tends to infinity. Nth root n square n to the power of 2 by n, one and the same, right? Now is it this is 1 by 1 which is 1 or not? Because in sequences you did my, especially in Cauchy's second theorem on limits. Limit nth root n is 1, nth root n square limit is 1, nth root n cube limit is 1, n to the root n power k limit is 1, where k is 1 positive real number. Like that limit nth root n square is what ma? 1, 1 by 1 is 1. and then go for limit bn whole to the power of 1 by n. I mean this is L ma actually. One more step I want to write. This is in our notation L, because limit a n whole to the power of 1 by n result is what ma? L. Instead of un we taken here a n ma. And let us define limit bn whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity ma. This is 1 by limit as n tends to infinity nth root n. I mean n to the power of 1 by n, n to the power of 1 by n, or nth root n, one and the same. This is 1 by nth root n as n tends to infinity is 1 ma, which is equal to 1. This is our L value. That means limit a n to the power of 1 by n is L, where L is 1, and limit b n whole to the power of 1 by n where L and L is 1. In both cases L value is what ma? 1. But once go for sigma a n series ma. But sigma a n is equal to sigma 1 by n square. Is it convergent or not? By geometric by auxiliary series test, P test ma. Which is convergent, and other one also I will write no. And sigma bn is equal to what no? Sigma 1 by n. Bn is 1 by n na? Sigma 1 by n, it is sigma 1 by n power p, where p equal to 1, which is again divergent by P test ma. Which is divergent by P test. Which is divergent by P test, right? Ika once look ma. Here sigma an is convergent series, sigma bn is divergent series, but limit an whole to the power of 1 by n is 1, and limit bn whole to the power of 1 by n is 1 ma. I mean in both cases L value is 1, one series is convergent series and other series is divergent series ma. Due to this cause we say whenever L value is 1 ma, it is not possible to decide nature of the series according to this test ma. That may be convergent or divergent, we can't decide ma. Understood or not ma? Whenever L is equal to 1 ma, test fails to decide nature of the series ma, according to your this condition ma, root test condition ma, right? I mean for third case ma, let us take example, take one convergent series, one divergent series, but both limit a n whole to the power of 1 by n, limit b n whole to the power of 1 by n is 1. Means in both cases L value is 1, but one series is convergent series and other series is divergent series. That's why it is not possible to decide nature of the series in this case whenever L is equal to 1 ma. This is about your complete Cauchy's nth root test, or we can call it as simply root test ma. I use the word root test in further stages ma, right? This is about test. This test formation also important, this one is important, proof is important, and in this now we are going to do problems also, right? But before going to do problematic part in this ma, when do you apply this condition in the problematic area? That is the main thing ma. What is the limitation for this condition ma? I mean whenever they give problem ma, when do you apply this test ma? Yes, one see here ma. We taken sigma un series ma. If this is a power series ma, that means if sigma un contains power terms ma, I mean whenever we can proceed sigma un, in that un ma, power should be what ma? In terms of n ma. Power should be in terms of n, that may be n or n square or n cube and so on ma. In such case only you have to apply this root test ma. Understood or not ma? Root test is applicable whenever given series contains power terms ma. Whenever given series contains power terms ma, means simple condition. In sigma un, in un ma, power should be in terms of n there ma, then only apply this method, otherwise don't use it. Try to remember this limitation ma, right? Okay, now we can proceed problems ma. In that also ma, how can you proceed problematic part here? They will give simply test for convergence of sigma un series ma, right? In that take un separately ma, and let us find un whole to the power of 1 by n. After that take limit as n tends to infinity ma, you get some real number ma, L. Depends upon the nature of L ma, you can decide this series is convergent or divergent, but root test ma. What is that nature? If this limit value L value is less than 1, like 1 by 2, 1 by 3, like that if you can get ma here, or 0 also 1 less than 1 then your given series is convergent ma. If this L value is greater than 1 ma, you say given series is what ma? Divergence ma. If L value equal to 1 ma, there don't apply this test, go for other options ma. Understood or not ma? This is the problematic area approach part ma. Now I can proceed problems here ma. First problem is test for convergence of sigma n plus 1 by 3n whole to the power of n. N plus 1 by 3n whole to the power of n. 3n or 3 power n. Yes, n plus 1 by 3n whole to the power of n. Here in the power n is there, that's why you have to apply this. Whenever you can see the question, simply you can recognize ma. If in sigma un contains power term, means in the power any n relation is there, you must go for this method, that's all, right? First take your given series as sigma un ma. Let sigma un is equal to sigma n plus 1 by 3n whole to the power of n, right? This implies un is equal to what ma? N plus 1 by 3n whole to the power of n. Now find un whole to the power of 1 by n ma. Let us go un whole to the power of 1 by n ma, right? If you can proceed un whole to the power of 1 by n ma, it is un whole to the power of 1 by n ma, it is what ma? N plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by n means n plus 1 by 3n. N plus 1 by 3n. Any problem is there? Yes, this I can simplify as like this ma. N by this means what ma? 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3n. Any problem is there? N by 3n, n gets cancelled, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3n ma. Now let us apply limit as n tends to infinity on both sides now. This implies limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is equal to limit 1 by 3 is 1 by 3 ma, plus limit 1 by 3n as n tends to infinity is 0. This is what ma? 1 by 3 plus 0. Any problem is there ma? Just this is un ma, power 1 by n means 1 by n, this n gets cancelled, this remains ma. I am separating n by 3n is 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3n ma. We take a limit as n tends to infinity, we got 1 by 3 ma. Is it 1 by 3 is less than 1 or not? I mean limit un whole to the power of 1 by n is L where L is less than 1 ma. By root test, what do you say ma? Given series is convergent. By root test name compulsorily you have to write ma. Which test? Compulsorily you must announce there. By root test, sigma un is convergent. That means given series is what ma? Convergent series. This is your first question ma, right? Next question. Test for convergence of sigma n by n plus 1 whole to the power of n square. Test for convergence of sigma n by n plus 1 whole to the power of n square, right? Yes, here in the power n square is there, n relation is there, that's why you must go for what ma? Root test ma. Let us take sigma un, which is what ma? Sigma n by n plus 1 whole to the power of n square. From this un is what ma? N by n plus 1 whole to the power of n square. Now let us define un whole to the power of 1 by n ma. That means n plus 1 by n plus 1 n by n plus 1 whole to the power of n square whole by 1 by n gives what ma? N by n plus 1 whole to the power of n square by n will goes to what ma? N. Any problem is there? Yes, here I want to take n common ma in the denominator and cancel with this, you get 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n. right? Here n take common, n gets cancelled, 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n. Otherwise this you can write as what? 1 by, because 1 power n is 1, 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n. Any problem is there? This is simplified un whole to the power of 1 by n. Now take limit as n tends to infinity. I mean limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is equal to limit 1 is 1 by limit 1 plus 1 by n to the power of n as n tends to infinity. This is 1 by, already in the sequence you know this is condition. Limit 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n as n tends to infinity is what? E. Its value is always what? E. This is the formula actually in your lower classes. In sequence also you did this. Limit 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n as n tends to infinity is what? E. E value is something like 2.7183. 1 by 2.7183, is it less than 1 or not? Just it is less than 1 or not, you have to decide. I mean limit un whole to the power of 1 by n is L, where L is less than 1. By your root test, what do you say? Given series is convergent. By root test, sigma un is convergent. This is about your new question, right? Next, third question. Test for convergence of sigma n equal to 2 to infinity 1 by log n whole to the power of n. 1 by log n whole to the power of n. Again actually 1 by log n whole to the power of n you can write as 1 by log n whole to the power of n also, because 1 can be written as 1 power n. Now in the power nth term we got, that's why you can apply this condition, root test, right? Recognition in the examination is very important. Recognition of the test is very important. While practicing in each and every step you must concentrate this. Test limitation you must verify. Let us take sigma n is given series. Sigma 1 by log n whole to the power of n from whatever it may be, n equal to 2 to infinity or 3 to infinity, whatever it may be, leave it, no problem at all. From this you can define what is un. What is that? 1 by log n to the power of n. Otherwise this you can write as what? 1 by log n whole to the power of n. Nothing changed there. Now find un whole to the power of 1 by n. This is power n, this 1 by n gets cancelled, 1 by log n, right? Now let us find limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity. That means limit as n tends to infinity 1 by log n. Here once look, as n tends to infinity, log n tends to infinity, 1 by log n tends to where? 0 or not. As n tends to infinity, log n tends to infinity, 1 by log n tends to 0. I mean limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is 0. Is it 0 is less than 1 or not? I mean this is L, L is less than 1. By root test we say given series is what? Convergent series. By root test sigma un is convergent, right? This is your next problem. Now go for next question. Fourth question I think. Test for convergence of sigma n minus log n whole to the power of n by 2 power n into n power n. This is your question. N minus log n whole to the power of n by 2 power n into n power n, right? Yes. Here in the power n is there, 2 power n into n power n, I think n square I written it is n power n. If you can write this n minus log n by 2 n whole to the power of n, in the power n is there, that's why you must apply root test. First to take your given series as sigma un. It is what? Sigma n minus log n whole to the power of n by 2 power n into n power n. This implies un is equal to, I am writing directly like this, n minus log n by 2n whole to the power of n. Nothing change ma, both are same, this and this one and the same, right? Now let us go for un whole to the power of 1 by n. Un whole to the power of 1 by n is what ma? This 1 by n, this n gets cancelled, it is n minus log n by 2n. Here I want to take 1 by 2 outside, this 2 I am taking outside ma. This by this minus this by this I am writing separately. N by n is what ma? 1 minus 1 by n into log n or log n by n, 1 and the same, nothing change there. This 2 we take in common ma, n by n is 1 ma, minus log n whole by n you can write as 1 by n into log n, right? But you know m log n is what ma? Log n to the power of m ma. Like that, this you can write as what ma? 1 by 2 into 1 minus log n to the power of 1 by n. Any problem is there ma? This is simplified un whole to the power of 1 by n. Now let us find limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity, right? I mean we are taking limit as n tends to infinity here. It is 1 by 2 into, once look ma, limit 1 is 1 minus limit log of this means you can take log inside limit ma, log of limit nth root 1 by n. Limit nth root 1 by n as n tends to infinity is 1 or not ma? Nth root n limit is what ma? 1. So that it is what ma? Log 1. Directly written. Understood or not? Actually limit here inside log you can take ma. Log of limit nth root n as n tends to infinity is 1 ma, right? But log 1 is what ma? 0. 1 minus 0 is what ma? 1 minus 0. Otherwise I am writing 1 by 2 into 1 minus 0. Is it 1 or not ma? 1 by 2 into 1 is what ma? 1 by 2, which is less than 1 ma. Now by root test, what do you say? Given series is convergent. By root test, sigma un is convergent, right? This is about your new question. Now give for next question ma. Test for convergence of sigma 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of minus n to the power of 3 by 2, minus n to the power of 3 by 2. Test for convergence of sigma 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of minus n to the power of 3 by 2, right? This is your question. Anyhow, in the power you have nth relation ma, that's why you must apply this root test ma. Here take first given series ma, right? What is your given series ma? Given series is this, take it as un ma. Let sigma un is equal to sigma 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of minus n to the power of 3 by 2, right? This implies un is equal to 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of minus n to the power of 3 by 2. Any problem is there? Otherwise this you can write as 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of n to the power of 3 by 2. Any change? Because x inverse can be written as 1 by x, like that we proceed, right? But this n to the power of 3 by 2, n to the power of 3 by 2 I am going to write as n to the power of 3 by 2 I am going to write as n into root n. Any problem is there? Because n into root n is what ma? N to the power of 1 by 2. It should be n to the power of 3 by 2 or not? I mean this I am going to write as 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of n into root n or root n into n. Any order you can write. This is your un. Now again this I am going to write as, for my convenience, 1 can be written as 1 power n, 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n to the power of root n whole to the power of n. Any problem is there? Because 1 power n is 1 ma, denominator. This whole to the power of root n to the power of n means n into root n or not? Because this is simplified un. Now let us go for un whole to the power of 1 by n. 1 by n, this n gets cancelled. Then it is what ma? 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of root n. Right? You can now take limit as n tends to infinity on both sides. Limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of root n. Sorry, limit, I am not using limit now. Limit 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of root n as n tends to infinity. Anyhow, here limit 1 is 1 by limit 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of root n. Here once look ma, as n tends to infinity, is it root n is also tending to infinity or not? Any problem is there? Whenever n tends to infinity, root n also tending to infinity. Here for our convenience, I am taking root n is x ma, to understand clearly for you. To understand next step ma, here I want to take root n is equal to some x ma. Then what we got ma? 1 by limit 1 plus 1 by x whole to the power of x as x tends to infinity. Is it e or not ma? This is already I told. Limit 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n as n tends to infinity is what ma? Instead of n you have x ma. What ma? It is e ma. This value is e, it is 1 by e ma. Here instead of x what we have ma? Root n. So that 1 by limit 1 plus 1 by root n, I mean 1 by 1 plus 1 by root n whole to the power of root n as root n tends to infinity is what ma? E. Understood or not? There I given clear example ma. 1 by e is less than 1 or not, because e is 2.7183. 1 by 2.7183 is less than 1, right? I mean here limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is what ma? Less than 1 ma. By root test, sigma un is convergent. Up to here whatever I take an example, I got convergent only, but it is not compulsory in this all are convergent series. If anywhere L is greater than 1, it may be divergent ma. Just in my selected questions I got what ma? Convergent series, but it is not compulsory. In all questions it is convergent only ma. Right? Okay, now let us come on to new question ma. Other question. Yes, that question is test for convergence of sigma nx by n plus 1 whole to the power of n. This is your new question ma. Nx by n plus 1 whole to the power of n ma. Right? In the power n is there ma, that's why 100% you must use what ma? Root test. Okay, now let us go for it ma. Take your given series as what ma? Sigma un. Let us proceed. Given series as what ma? Sigma un ma. Let sigma un is equal to sigma nx by n plus 1 whole to the power of n ma. Right? This implies un is equal to what ma? Nx by n plus 1 whole to the power of n. Now let us find un whole to the power of 1 by n ma. It is what? Nx by n plus 1, because this 1 by n, this power gets cancelled ma. Right? Next ma, I want to take here n common and cancel with this n ma. You get directly x by 1 plus 1 by n. Understood or not? In the denominator take n common, numerator n cancelled ma. You get that ma. Un whole to the power of 1 by n is this ma. Now apply limit as n tends to infinity on both sides. Means limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is equal to, once look here ma, x is constant ma, free from n. Constant means free from n, you can take outside the limit ma. it is 1 by, because x into 1 by limit 1 plus 1 by n as n tends to infinity. Any problem is there? Otherwise simply x by this directly you can write. This is what ma, x by 1 plus, as n tends to infinity 1 by n tends to 0, x by 1 plus 0 is x by 1, which is what ma, x. Now here we got limit un whole to the power of 1 by n is x ma. According to this root test ma, if this x is less than 1 ma, given series is convergent. If x is greater than 1 ma, given series is divergent. But at x equal to 1, it is not possible to decide nature of the series. That's why in the next ma, take x equal to 1 and decide nature of series according to your other tests ma, right? But before that I want to go to your condition ma. By root test, sigma un is convergent if x less than 1, this x less than 1, and it is divergent if x greater than 1. That means here depends upon x, you can decide if you can take any real number here less than 1 ma, as x ma, 100% it should be convergent. If you can take here any x as any real number greater than 1 ma, 100% it is divergent according to root test we got now. But at x equal to 1 it is not possible to decide now. That's why let us substitute x equal to 1 in your sigma un series ma, and then decide whether it is convergent or divergent according to your previous conditions ma. For that, substitute x equal to 1 in sigma un, or simply un, anything you can take. This implies directly I am going to write un ma. X equal to 1 take, what we get ma? Is it this or not? n by n plus 1 whole to the power of n, right? This can be written as 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n. Any problem is there here? Take n comma, cancel with this n. This we can write as 1 power n is 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n. Any problem is there? Okay, now I want to find limit of it ma. Let us go for limit un as n tends to infinity. This is 1 by limit 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n as n tends to infinity. This is 1 by, what is this ma? Is it e or not? 1 by e means what ma? One real number. E is 2.7183. 1 by 2.7183 you get some real number ma. It should be non-zero real number will get ma. Any problem is there? In this series ma, in starting stages I proceed one condition ma, especially at a necessary condition for convergence of the series ma. If limit un as n tends to infinity is equal to 0, then sigma un is convergent or divergent. Maybe convergent, maybe divergent ma. But whenever this is not 0 ma, I define like note ma. Whenever this is not 0 ma, 100% sigma un is what ma? Divergent series ma. Here we got limit un as n tends to infinity is what ma? Non-zero real number. It is not equal to 0. So that what do you say ma? Given series is divergent or not? This implies or therefore sigma un is divergent. That means whenever x is less than 1, series is convergent ma. Whenever x is greater than or equal to 1, it is divergent. That final conclusion you must write ma. Hence final conclusion is this ma. Sigma un is convergent if x is less than 1 and it is divergent if x is greater than or equal to 1. This is about your total question. Whenever in the series ma, x term is there ma, x term you get ma, 100% these type of situations will get ma, right? But here ma, one more thing here, to decide the sigma un whenever x equal to 1, it is not compulsory to use this ma. If you want, you can use your limit comparison test also, right? That's why I said previous test ma. Here actually 1 is the common term, so Vn you can take as 1 ma. Sigma Vn is what ma? Sigma 1, which is divergent by p test ma, because 1 can be written as 1 by n power 0. Like that also you say sigma un is divergent ma, but that is little bit lengthy process. That's why directly I find limit un ma. Whenever limit un is non-zero real number ma, 100% given series is what ma? Divergent ma. This is one special question for you. These type of questions are very important ma. Now take one more important question in this ma. Test for convergence of 1 cube by 3 plus 2 cube by 3 square plus 1 plus 4 cube by 3 power 4 plus 1. This is your series. What is the difference between this and previous questions ma? In the previous questions directly have un term ma, nth term. Here we are not having un term. First form un term ma, after that you can decide which test is applicable. Here limit comparison test applicable or any comparison test applicable or any other test applicable or not ma. But first of all you have to form ma, nth term of given series ma. For that I am going to write first given series in the proper way ma. Given series is this one, 1 cube by 3 means 3 power 1 plus 2 cube by 3 square plus this 1 is nothing but what ma? 3 cube by 3 cube in the proper order, 1, 2, 3 like that ma. Plus next one should be 4 cube by 3 power 4 plus so on. This is actual formation. 3 cube by 3 cube 1, that's why they given here it is 1 ma, right? You can now here to find general term ma. You know procedure in limit comparison test already explained. Power is 3 ma. In the nth term also numerator power is 3 ma. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Nth term is what? AP condition use ma. Base part I am taking in the numerator. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on are in AP. This implies Tn is what ma? A plus n minus 1 into D. A is the initial term. 1 plus n minus 1, D is 2 minus 1, 1. It is what ma? 1 plus n minus 1, it is n. Already you know 1, 2, 3, 4, nth term should be n. But in the numerator what we get ma? In un, n cube, because power is what ma? 3 common. So that n power 3 is numerator of your un ma. Go to denominator. Denominator 3 power 1, 3 square, 3 cube, so on. In powers 1, 2, 3, 4 already we defined. Power you get what ma? N in un. Base C ma? 3, 3, 3, 3. Base is what ma? 3. So that is the denominator is 3 power n or not ma? That is your un. This implies un is equal to what ma? n cube by 3 power n. Understood or not? Here n cube by 3 power n, in the power n is there. That's why you must apply this root test ma. Now let us go for un whole to the power of 1 by n ma. It is what ma? N to the power of 3 by n, directly I am doing n to the power of 3 by n whole by 3, because 3 power n, this power 1 by n gets cancelled. This is your un ma. Now let us define limit un whole to the power of 1 by n ma, as n tends to infinity. This is 1 by 3. This 1 by 3 into limit nth root n cube as n tends to infinity or not. Understood or not ma? N to the power of 3 by n means what ma? N cube whole to the power of 1 by n, which is nth root n cube ma. This is 1 by 3 into limit nth root n cube is what ma? 1. General condition formula, try to remember. Limit nth root n power k as n tends to infinity whenever k is positive real number is what ma? 1. 1 by 3 into 1 is what ma? 1 by 3. Is it less than 1 or not ma? By your root test given series is what? Convergent or not? By root test sigma un is convergent. This is about your question. Yes, in my approach go last question ma. Other little bit different question. If I can do this question, all models in this root test over ma. In homework list you can complete ma. Test for convergence of sigma 5 power minus n minus of minus 1 whole to the power of n ma. 5 power minus n minus of minus 1 whole to the power of n ma. This is your result. You have to test convergence of this series. Again power n is there, that's why you must apply this test. First take your given series as what? Sigma un. Let sigma un is equal to sigma 5 power minus n minus of minus 1 whole to the power of n. This total thing is power of 5. 5 is the base. This implies un is equal to what? 5 power minus n into 5 to the power of minus 1 whole to the power of n. For this term I taken base separately. Now let us go for un whole to the power of 1 by n. This implies un whole to the power of 1 by n is what? 5 power minus 1 into 5 power minus 1 whole to the power of minus 1 whole to the power of n by n. This minus 1 whole to the power of n by n is power of 5. This is un whole to the power of 1 by n. Now let us find limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity. Limit 5 inverse is constant, it should be what? 5 inverse, or you can write as 1 by 5. This 5 is base is constant. That's why limit, whenever we are doing limit, go for power directly. I mean it is 5 power minus of limit minus 1 whole to the power of n by n as n tends to infinity. Understood or not? This is your actual condition. 5 power of this total limit as n tends to infinity. But what is this limit once look? For that I want to take, this is some relation number 1, this limit only I want to calculate. But limit minus 1 whole to the power of n by n as n tends to infinity is, especially I want to go for this but minus 1 whole to the power of n by n value, two situations we got. Whenever n is even number, what is result? N is odd number, what is result? First go for even number. If n is even number, minus 1 to the power of even number is what? 1 or not? It is 1 by n. If n is odd number, whenever n is odd number, minus 1 whole to the power of n is what? Minus 1 by n. Any problem is there? If n is even number, this should be 1 by n. If n is odd number, this is minus 1 by n. This is minus 1 whole to the power of n by n. But we need limit of this now. Let us go for limit minus 1 whole to the power of n by n as n tends to infinity. Now once look, n is even number means n equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Whenever n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0 or not. In the similar way, n is odd number and an infinite stage. That means n value is 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. As n tends to infinity, minus 1 by n also tending to what? 0, 0 or not. That means if n is even number or odd number, whenever n tends to infinity, this value should be what? 0 or not. I mean this limit value is what? 0. I want to use this in relation number 1. From 1 implies limit un whole to the power of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is equal to 5 inverse means 1 by 5 into 5 to the power of 0. Minus 0, 0, 1 and the same. This I am replacing with 0. But 5's power 0 is what? 1 or not? 5 inverse into 1, otherwise 1 by 5. Is it less than 1 or not? By root test, what about given series? Convergent. By root test, sigma un is convergent. These are the different questions, different models in root test. Like this you can do number of questions. If you can thorough all these models, any type of question you can do. Here main thing is what? Recognition of the condition. In the examination they don't mention method name. Simply they will give question like this. Whenever you can see the question, you have to recognize that method. Root test is applicable. For that, in the power n relation is there or not, once look, right? And in homework list also I given solutions. Once go through them, easily you can understand. This is about complete root test related area.